Hi friends, I'm here today to go over a quick tutorial on exporting images from Lightroom. As you'll see here, I'm already in the Develop module, and you get to the Develop module from the top right. You'll see Library, Develop, Map, Book, Slideshow, etc. A lot of you might be familiar with that, but if not, if you're brand new to Lightroom, there it is on the top right, Develop module. I have an image already selected. It is this beautiful black and white image from an engagement session that I have recently done. And what I'm going to do now is right click on that image. I am on a PC. Let me go ahead and tell you, I am not a Mac girl. I want to be a Mac girl, but I'm not. So this is PC. Mac is probably not terribly different. When I right click on this image, you will see an option for export. It's more toward the bottom. And then you'll go up to the sub menu and click export again. That will open up a dialog box here for you, or another window. You have options when you're exporting. You can export to email. I have mine already hooked up to my Outlook. Usually I'm emailing a quick image to myself, maybe. You can email clients samples from there if you would like to, but typically I don't recommend that with my workflow, just because you want them to see all of the final images in your gallery. But anyway, moving on. I'm just going to export these to a hard drive. You can also export them direct to a CD as well, but we're just going to click hard drive for now. I've already chosen for this just to go to a Dropbox folder. You can click the choose button, and then if you want it to go to a specific folder on your desktop, you would just open that, click click desktop, there we go, and go from there. You can put in a subfolder within the folder on your desktop as well, and this is where you can also create new folders. So if you just chose desktop and no exact folder up here on the top, then you could click this checkbox, put in subfolder, and then title your folder there as well. Going on down here, oops, I went too far, sorry. For file naming, I rename mine. You do not have to, you can leave it the way it is, but I do rename mine to say MMP for Mint Magnolia Photography, and I start with sequence 1. So if I'm exporting 80 images, it would be MMP1. Of course, it would go through 80. This is really good for me, for my clients, when we're doing print orders, and they say, I really like number 3. I would like an 8x10 of that one, and then number 45, I want an 11x14 of it. And I can quickly know exactly which images that they are. Moving on down, you can click for the different types of file settings. So if there's a reason you need to export different files, if you need to send your RAWs, I do that whenever I am sending my images to be edited, because I outsource my editing, which would be DNG or original. For this, we're just going to do JPEGs. JPEGs is all that I export for client galleries. And I slide my quality all the way up to 100. You can do some image resizing if you would like, but I always have 300 pixels per inch over here on the right side for the resolution. I have a fine art print vendor, and they always recommend 300 pixels per inch, and these are really high quality prints. So if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for everybody. Next, you can do some output sharpening here. If you click sharpen for, there's a new drop down for screen. Is an option if you are posting to social media. Matte paper and glossy paper. I typically don't even fool with this. It's not necessary for me to do that, but you do have that option. Next is the metadata. I have copyright only. You can put all of your metadata, which would include everything about the image, what lens you were using, what your ISO is on, as well as how you edited the photo. Some people like to hide that information because they don't want potentially other photographers, knowing how they edited the image, copyright and contact info only, or all info except camera and camera raw info, which means that it would not tell about your lens and your ISO and your f-stop and everything. I just pick copyright only. It really is personal preference in what you're doing with the image. If you want to put a watermark, here's where you can add your watermarks. I will do another tutorial on adding watermarks into Lightroom later on. But for watermarking, I have lots, and it's unnecessary to have that many. I need to clean it out, but I'm just going to go with my original watermark here at the top. After export for post-processing, which is the next step, you can have them open the image in another application or do nothing. I just do nothing. So I'm going to hit export. You will see in the top left it is exporting the file. It actually will take just a minute. I've got a lot of background things running right at this very moment, so it is going to take a second. Typically, it doesn't take that long to export images. And there you have it, guys. And then you just go to the folder on your desktop or wherever it is that you chose to save your image that you had exported, and voila, there you have it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know there's lots of tutorials for Lightroom out there, and I appreciate you watching mine. Check out my YouTube channel. I've got lots of other fun stuff. If it's not posted yet, it will be soon, so go ahead and subscribe. Thanks, guys.